John Fields, and I got next.
You next up and you ain't been on SportsLifeTalk. Like, what are you doing? Hey, you better hit him up. Look, you breaking next and you up next. Keep the wins go hard. Rising star on the big scene, make them know who you are. You don't break a sweat, don't settle for less. They put you through that test, your resume that flex. Who got next? Who got next? SLT, ready, set, go. Who got next? Who got next? Living my dreams and all your goals. Who got next? Who got next? You can ask B. Jones or head coach. Who got next? Who got next? You next up, so here's my vote.
Who got next? Who got next? Ready, set, go! Welcome back, SportsLifeTalk Nation, to another fire episode of Sports Life Talks. You got next, a platform that gives exposure to the voices of tomorrow, real people, real stories, and real conversations right here with amazing human beings doing amazing things and accomplishing big dreams. And today, when I say big dreams, we talking about 6'9" dreams on this thing today. You might, hey, Kevin might get dunked on in the pre.
Why do I gotta get dunked on?
I don't know what's gonna happen on this thing. But Kevin, you know what? Salute to you, KT. Kevin is wearing orange, ladies and gentlemen, because I guess, hey, the 6'9" forward, he playing out of Tokyo, Japan right now. Professional hooper. Y'all see the man in the background. We got our guy, John Fields, on the show. But what's more amazing is that John Fields is actually recently engaged to former You Got Next alumni, Ionna Mckenzie, which is soon to be Ionna Mckenzie Fields. So this is gonna be a dope show. John, how you feeling today, man?
Oh, man, I'm feeling great, man. I mean, it's good to see y'all. For us to set up this interview, man, it's good to be here.
Hey, we appreciate you doing it, man, because we've heard a lot. Did you watch Ionna Part 2? Did you watch the last episode?
Yeah, I watched the last episode.
So you know you got a high bar to live up to. We're gonna give you a chance to fix all of the things that Ionna said that you like. Nah, it didn't happen quite that way, because you know the way she told it, she stepped to you, dog. You know the way she told her, she stepped to you at the airport.
Yeah, I mean, a version of that story is true, but
all right, we gonna fix it. We gonna fix it, man. I am your host, the mouth of the South, B. Jones, the Louisiana, Mr. Yeet himself. I'm rocking alongside my brother from another mother, my co-host, my partner in crime, the architect, the head coach, KT. I see you over there wearing your powder blues. I see you. I mean, your creamsicle orange. You represent it. You playing the? Can we strike up the Tennessee Volunteer fight song today, Kevin?
B. Jones, the fact that I'm wearing orange, can it be enough? We don't have to hear the fight song too. Just.
Rocky style, man.
Yeah. Yo, John. Real talk. Shout out to the University of Tennessee. They've done nothing but show Sports Life Talk, and you got next some love. And it is so many amazing people coming out of that university. I wish I was wearing my creamsicle orange today too. But check this out. If this is your first time rocking with us, we want to first and foremost say thank you for checking us out. You could have been anywhere. We know it's a million sports and life podcasts out there, but this is a very special one to me, and I hope it is a very special one to you. But we got to ask you to do us a small little favor. A small little favor. Won't cost you a penny. All it costs you is some click equity, and help us to grow the show. Help us to keep this amazing momentum of 2022 going. And on the count of 3 in Sports Life Talk tradition, smash that subscribe button. It's that easy. John, can your people rock with us like that? Can they do that for us, man?
Yeah, man. Smash that subscribe button, man. Like, subscribe to Sports Talk, man.
Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Boom! Well, check this out. If you did smash that, welcome to the family. Come on in and get a hug from the mouth of the South, because now we kinfolk. And check this out. Go check out our over 170 episodes of Sports Life Talk with content creators, actors, Olympians, head coaches. I mean, it runs a gambit. The show's super dope. So, hey, you picked a good place to be. And welcome to the Sports Life Talk family. But let's get to brass tacks right now, Kevin, because I think it'll take you and me to beat this dude in the game of 21. We would have to pass the ball to each other and try to trick him up a little bit. But welcome John Fields to the show. John, are you ready for the Sports Life Talk initiation, sir?
Yes, sir, I am.
All right, let's get it.
All right, to initiate you into the SLT family, you got to give us your top 5 music artists.
My top 5 music artists, man, Jay-Z first. Then you gotta go with Nas. Then you gotta go with Big. Then you gotta go with Pac. Then after that, you gotta go with Scarface, man.
Ooh, see, I always like when somebody throws Scarface in that top 5 because that's Houston's best. What you think about that, B. Jones?
Man, you know what? I'm surprised we don't get more Scarface, but I'm going to tell you one thing. When somebody does drop the Scarface, which you probably only like the 3rd or 4th person in a 2-year run to do that, it kind of puts you on a different level with your hip-hop acumen, right? At this point now, I'm like, okay, me and John can sit there. We can ride to the store. We can ride down to the service station to pick us up some jungle juice and some moon pies because this dude here, he been listening to hip-hop from back in the gap like myself because you know Scarface is on a different level. But let me ask you this, John. You know, Kendrick just dropped a new album. Have you checked that new Kendrick joint out yet?
Oh no, I haven't checked the new Kendrick.
Okay,
joint, but I'm a fan. Mad Kid. Mad Kid and the City album, that was good. And then his last couple albums been like really good. And you know, Kendrick is really deep. And you know,
really deep.
This new age rap, it just a whole bunch of hymns. You know, I like lyrics. I'm a lyric.
Kevin, he was already family, but he sound like us. We might have a third member of the platform because John talking like us now. That's what I'm talking about. It's this new age stuff. It's this microwave stuff. I don't know, man.
Good, but you talking
about? My fault. I'm from Fayetteville too. Out in the 6, you got to shout out Cole, man. Cole is 6.
Cole World, Fayetteville. Shout out Fayetteville.
Yeah, B. Jones, you're up here talking about jungle juice. Y'all gonna be riding to more than just a store. You drink that crap. Have you had it lately? That's all syrup, man.
It always has been all syrup.
Oh, it's worse now.
Which one did you like? The strawberry or the fruit punch, man?
The fruit punch.
Fruit punch.
Fruit punch.
Fruit punch, guys.
John, now since you know about that jungle juice, how many times you mix that jungle? You know, you're a professional athlete. I ain't finna talk. Kevin, we've been mixing that jungle juice with some stuff now.
I played the 5th. All right, so who are some of your favorite sports teams?
Oh man, my favorite sports teams. You know, I like the Hornets. You know what I'm saying? I'm a big, I'm a big Panthers fan. You know, just hometown sports teams. All the hometown sports teams I rock with.
And of course, Tennessee. You got to throw Tennessee in there.
Oh yeah, Tennessee, man. You know, it was a disappointing tournament run. I think we should have made it. To that Elite 8, but you know, it happens sometimes. And you know, Rick Barnes is building a hell of a program down there.
Yes, he is, man.
Yeah, much to my demise. All right, so who is your favorite superhero and why?
Oh man, my favorite superhero has to be Superman. Just all powerful, almighty. I think the strongest comic book character and superhero that there is. You know, regular man by day, then he can just turn it on like that.
All right, Clark Kent. So since every good superhero needs their own theme music, what would your theme song be?
What would my theme song be? Any music? Oh man.
Any song out there. What's that go-to song you listen to before a game?
Man, that go-to song I listen to before a game. Man, dang. It would have to be in a crunk era, you know what I'm saying? You know, I like that Young Blood's Damn. Now that was a go-to. And Pastor Troy Vice Versa. I listen to that all the time.
Ooh, that Vice Versa.
Hey.
Yeah. Yo, I gotta give it to him. Man, that song's so dope.
What if heaven and hell was vice versa? Yeah. If I told you go to hell, would you think I curse you? Hey, we know about the Pastor Troy down here, man.
No, when Vice Versa came out, because I ain't gonna lie, I thought Pastor Troy was just a crunk rapper. Until Vice Versa came out, I said, that boy, he putting some thought into that. He putting some pen on that paper.
Yes, sir.
That showed his lyrical prowess. I was like, dang, that's coming from Pastor Troy, so I had to rock with that.
Yeah, yeah, I know.
All right, B. Jones, I think it's safe to say that John is in the family, which he was already.
Yeah, he was already
in it. But go ahead and take it away, B. Jones.
Well, John, we got to start this thing off. Let's talk a little bit about coming up out of Fayetteville, because you mentioned 𝐥𝐤. You know, he's the pride of Fayetteville, North Carolina. But hey, I think I might end up moving to North Cackalack one day, because I just heard it's popping out there, man. But tell us what it was like growing up out there in Fayetteville.
Man, growing up out here in Fayetteville, it was good. It's a good, you know what I'm saying, little small southern sports town. Just, you know, a lot of opportunities to come up and learn and to play great sports out here. So, man, I had a great time and a great childhood here in Fayetteville, North Carolina.
When did you start playing basketball? I'm assuming at 6'9", you probably always kind of had that height on you, even growing up, or did you pull an Anthony Davis growth spurt out in high school?
Man, it was an Anthony Davis growth spurt out in high school. I was a football player, baseball player at first. My 9th grade year in high school, I was probably just 6 foot, and then my sophomore year, I shot up to 6'7".
No way, 7 inches, and were you in a lot of pain? I bet your knees was killing you. I bet you was constantly rubbing on your knees.
Yeah, I had those Osgoods. You know, my parents went to the doctor. They said it was just natural growth, and then my body will catch up in a couple of years.
Wow. Now, were you rail thin at that time? Was you a little old something?
Man, I was probably 160, 170 pounds soaking wet.
Yeah. So when did you start dominating on the courts? Because I read your bio. You was a monster. You were selected to All-Star games out in the city. You was giving them problems out there in Fayetteville. So when did the mindset kind of catch up and you became that dog that you are?
Everything really clicked my junior year. Sophomore year I was getting used to my new body and catching up, but that junior year everything clicked, and coordination got a lot better. Started dominating on the court, and then that's when my basketball career really took off.
Gotcha. So now you took an untraditional path, and especially if we look back to 2010, there was no transfer portal, ladies and gentlemen. It was, you go switch schools or switch divisions, you would be able to not sit out a year. But if you switched from D1 to another D1, you would have to sit out a year. And it was just an ugly situation the whole way to transfer. But you actually took the hard-earned route, man. And tell us a little bit about that route from going from one school to the next, and then finally hitting that SEC caliber type play.
I started out at East Carolina. It was a great university. It was near the house, and I enjoyed my time because I went to go play for Ricky Stokes, and unfortunately, he had got fired, and I was there with the interim coach Mac McCarthy. Things just didn't work out, so I decided to keep my UNC credits and to graduate ahead of time because I was taking summer school. Yep. I decided to do a year at UNCW, it was a good time there. And then after that, that's when I decided to open up my recruitment and picked on the University of Tennessee.
And that one, for those of you who are watching, this was not a academic casualty. This was not he wasn't getting the playing time. The dude was the all freshman team in Conference USA. So you was balling. You was balling when you was under Ricky Stokes, the original coach. So I want to make sure everybody understand that this dude has been a dog. This was just purely, it was time to make some moves and progress. And so you got at Tennessee, you had some great games. I saw you set some kind of record. I don't know, 5 blocks against LSU. I almost canceled the show when I saw that, man. I said, how this dude gonna get his record high 5 blocks on LSU, man? That's nuts, man. What was it like playing in the SEC for you?
Man, playing in the SEC was great, man. A lot of good competition from Florida. Those were the Chandler Parsons, Vernon.
That's right.
Urban Walker days. Kentucky had P. Jones, Brandon Knight. LSU had a young team back then. Sam Modrow there in South Carolina. Mississippi State was always good, so it was pretty tough competition, and I really enjoyed it. And you know what I'm saying, I'm fortunate enough to go to Tennessee because you know what I'm saying, I was around a lot of pros in that locker room and people who was about their business. So once you get to them levels and around people who are about their business, your game always really ends to take off, and then you start learning new stuff and being around great guys who really take ball really seriously.
Man, so I know that there's probably a lot of people who are watching this show that thought like I did. When me and Kevin and I first started doing this, You Got Next, it was so many things that as an average sports fan, I'm a maniacal sports fan, but you know what I'm saying? I don't have intimate knowledge of how things work in locker rooms and being able to talk to the guests. I've learned so much. And one of the preconceived notions that I came into this platform was thinking was, People who played overseas were mediocre ball players, or they were a little bit above average, and that they went over and played overseas because that was the only option they got. And I'm learning very quickly that ain't the case. It is some amazing ball players that went and played overseas, that just because the NBA has so many political pieces and so many things that you don't think about, that we don't even cross our mind that's why they're playing overseas. But you overseas getting buckets and just manhandling these boys, man. You've been consistent with overseas, especially the fact that they don't let that many Americans play on each team, and the pressure. I was told, like, if you guys ain't like performing at an all-star caliber level, they tell you, hey, we got to let you go. So it's tough to play overseas. So tell us a little bit about you making it over there to Japan and some of the other teams you play for as you journey through professional hoops overseas.
Oh man, professional hoop overseas is a physical and mental grind. My OG Stephon Bradford, I remember it my first year. He said, "Hey, young buck, you only as good as your last game over here." So I just been keeping that mentality, because you can be replaced at any time. And just like you said, in locker rooms and on teams, it's all about situations and opportunities. There's a great situation for you and a great opportunity for you, even if it's in college or overseas or the NBA. You're going to shine if that coach really wants to feature you and make you a major part of the team.
Now, Japan, to me, I don't know why. If I had to pick one of the places I would play, it would be Japan. I don't know, maybe because I like Japanese food. I mean, but what is it like playing over there, man?
Oh, man, Japan is great. The country is like really nice, clean, and safe. Basketball is really big. It's really taking off. The guy Wizards, and then the girl, Japanese point guard, she just made it to the Mystics. So Japanese basketball in Japan is really taking off. They got 3 powerful leagues, B1, B2, B3, and they're all very professional. Money's on time, no problems, nothing bad to say about the country or the league. Amazing opportunity.
Well, I'm going to let Kevin is probably going to talk a little bit about Ionna and about their relationship. Because, man, first and foremost, we love her. She's a sister to the show. I mean, she's just super phenomenal. But one thing that stood out when we interviewed her for the second time, because Ionna made this crazy leap, right? I mean, it was like she was balling, but then she started cooking. She became a different person when she got connected with you, and she just started telling us about the conversations y'all was having, about how you elevated her game. So I want to touch on that for a second, man. Tell us about the professionalism and what advice were you giving her, and how did you take that out there to the court every game, day in and day out, and perform at the peak performance level, even when you may not feel like it? But you've been a consummate professional and have really elevated her and yourself over the last year.
It's just a mindset that I take out. Like, I'm saying, I'd rather could be, so you could be doing a whole bunch of other things, but I'm getting paid very well to play the game that I love ever since I was a kid. So you just take it out, wake up, stretch in the morning, prepare yourself for the day with your diet, the multivitamins you need to take, make sure your body's in a good working position, and then make sure your mind is in a good position. Things might go right on the court, but you always got to interact with your local teammates. Make them feel good, because they could be dealing with other stuff in their life. Your job really is just there to play basketball, so you need to come out there with a great attitude and just take care of your stuff on and off the court. And the advice I was giving her, we just really both hard on each other. I could be watching the game, I'm like, dang, you could have grabbed that, or you could have been more aggressive on that situation. And she had made me better too, saying like, yeah, you should be aggressive and take this spin move, or use your left hand more. So she's helped me out a lot too.
Well, speaking of that, John, this is a true Sports Life Talk love and basketball story between you two. So why don't you tell us the true story of what happened? Who approached who to get everything started?
All right, so I go to the Atlanta airport because I'm visiting my sister, and I'm on the phone. I'm on the phone with Chris Delio, another overseas guy who coached me in Thailand. So I'm on the phone with him, just talking about opportunities and stuff for the summer. And then somebody bumps into me in the airport. I'm like, okay, and then she taps me on my shoulder, and she was like, hey. And then I say hi, introduce myself. but like I'm not thinking of it because like I'm on the phone handling business. And like when I get on the plane, like I see her walking to her seat, so I take a glance and I'm like, oh man, she's actually a really pretty woman. So I was like, okay. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna wait till after we get off the plane and I'm approach her. So after we got off the plane, I approach her. We started talking. We started rapping, and then we exchanged Instagram info, and then we got each other's numbers, and then we started calling and talking after that.
Hey, so we gotta have a barbershop talk on here. You know, is Ionna in the room? Because I gotta have a barbershop talk.
Nah, she not here.
All right, good. When you knew you had her, dog? When you was rapping to her at that airport, when you knew you was like, oh yeah, I'm finna get these digits.
Oh nah. When I knew I had her was, you know, so I could see that twinkle in her eye, and she was giggling. So like I know.
That's the tale there. You get them laughing, they in trouble.
You know what I'm saying? All the women really want is a guy who dressed good and make them laugh.
And smell good. You gotta smell good. You can't smell like you just came out that locker room now.
Nah. That's why you always keep that Chanel blue on deck.
Right. Hey, y'all better write that down. This boy trying to put y'all on some game right now.
Or get that bourbon too, though, man. That Chanel blue is nice, but just get that bourbon too. All right, so what is something that basketball has taught you? Go ahead. Oh, my bad, John. Go ahead.
No, my fault. No, I said I gotta try that bourbon.
Please, man. It'll work. Trust me. All right, so what is something that basketball has taught you that you can use when you're not on the court?
Perseverance. Man, 1,000 things can go wrong in the court, just like it can go wrong in life, but you always got to keep persevering and fighting to the last buzzer. You know, it's just perseverance.
Well, B. Jones, speaking of fighting,
well, I want to touch on that perseverance real quickly, Kevin,
All right,
because I know a lot of people think that these guys get on this show and they just say what sounds good for TV, right? That sounds good, but nah, man, like John, tell him you're 34 years old. That is an experienced age to continue to play professional sports. So when this guy telling you like what he does to get his body ready, what he's doing to mentally prepare, we talking about somebody who's been a professional for over 13 years, man. Like, that's crazy. So I just want to tell you kudos to that. 34 years old. Are you going to continue to play or have you, or is it time to transition into the next part of your life?
Oh, no. I'll continue to play. I got a new 2-year extension here in Hachioji.
No, congratulations, man. Hey, say it one more time because I don't even want to butcher. Hachioji.
Yeah, man, I got a new 2-year extension to stay with the Hachioji B train. So I'll be lucky. I'll be playing until like I'm 35 right now, and hopefully just a little bit longer after that.
Kevin, it sounds like we got some B train jerseys in the mail coming our way. Ain't that right, John?
Yeah, no, I got you. I'll definitely send some out to y'all.
All right. Well, now it's time for me to crack Kevin's skull in a game that we call Championship Rounds. Welcome to this part of the show, John. Well, Kevin and I, we turning on each other, but you are now officially calling all the shots. Now, have you ever played Would You Rather before?
Yeah.
All right, so the rules are very simple. If you had, don't worry. Don't feel no nervousness. Kevin and I will both present an option to you. You select one of those options. Whichever one you select, that host will gain a point. The first host to gain 2 points, or the best out of 3, will win this episode's game of Championship Rounds. And I'm going to tell you right now, John, since you kinfolk, since you family now, me and Kevin, we take this very seriously, man. So somebody will be celebrating and somebody will be pouting here in the next 5 minutes, all right? So, let's rock and roll, Kevin. You won the last game. You bragged. You did your little thing. You touted your chest out. It's okay, but I'm coming for him right now like a B train. I'm a B train right now. I'm coming to get that belt. All right, here we go. John, round number 1.
Would you rather have Nike name a basketball shoe after you and have them introduced during the halftime of a Tennessee basketball game, or?
My goodness. That is something else, ain't it? Boy, you took it to that next level. Oh, my goodness. Or would you rather have a sports award named after you, representing a youngster in the Fayetteville, North Carolina area that has performed admirably, and they call it the John Fields Award for somebody who traditionally walked on and excelled and made it to the next level?
Oh man, I'd rather have the award, man. The legacy is more important. That's gonna last a long time.
A thief in the night. I stole that one because Kevin, boy, you sauced it up, boy. I swear.
I had to throw the Tennessee in there. I should have said the B trains. Maybe that'll help me out a little bit. All right,
all right, round number 2. Woo! I'm feeling pretty good now, John. Would you rather host a YouTube basketball pickup where you get to interview and hang out with former NBA players and play ball and talk in the gym that they grew up in, or
host your own cooking show where athletes and celebrities share their favorite places to eat in their hometowns?
Man, the cooking show, man. I'm a big fan of drive-ins and dives.
You wrong for that, B. All right, so
hey, I like Triple D too, though. I love that show, John. You like me, man. I'll be up at 1 o'clock in the morning watching that show right now. Like I'm ever gonna go to that city. I'll be like, what's the name of that restaurant? I'm gonna go there. Guy, I'm coming, guy. I'm coming.
Guy got the best job in the world, man.
Hey, the best job in the world.
All right, so round 3. Would you rather take the game-winning shot in a championship game or
make a defensive block and then make an assist to a teammate who eventually hits the buzzer beater to win the game?
Oh man, it gotta be that game-winning shot, man.
Oh, John.
Great job, John. Great job, man. Because of you, I'm able to bring out the championship belt. Thank you so much, brother.
John, I had a nickname for you. I was going to call you Baba Yaga, the boogeyman after John Wick, but I'm taking it back. I'm not giving you that nickname. We're going to come up with another nickname for you. You just handed that man the belt. John, you and Block, you play a role. What you doing out there at the three-point line anyway? I would have benched you the next game. You supposed to be able to boy getting us a rebound. What you doing taking a shot?
Hey, man, every big like to shoot threes, man. That's the secret, man.
Hey, that's the new big, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
When you look at what Embiid and Jokic and some of these dudes doing, the bigs are shooting out, dog. Especially these guys that's coming out of college right now, like Pio and Chet Holmgren. Man, it's crazy what these bigs can do. All right, man, but the name of the show is You Got Next. You just told everybody we got the 2-year extension, but hey, tell us, what does the future hold for John Fields, man?
Oh, man, the future holds for John Fields is just trying to stay steady and stay consistent. Got the 2-year extension now, but after I get done playing basketball, I'm looking to get into politics.
Really? Didn't see that one coming, KT.
No, sir. So what? So now, tell us a little bit more. Why politics?
I'm looking to get in politics. Politics is something that I had a passion for ever since I've been going to school, and I just like it. I think I could really help, like, especially on the state level. Like, I want to run for state house, and then after that, running for state senate, and then see if I can get a House of Representative spot too.
Man, Representative John Fields sound pretty good to me. I'm gonna tell you, John, you finna get mad at me because I'm about to call you out. You miss one big thing in your future. You know. Now you're thinking about it. You're like, dang, I forgot to say that. Man, you gotta walk that out.
Yeah.
Hey, yo, you nervous? You ready for this?
Yeah, no. I'm ready for marriage. No, I'm just a little bit nervous for the wedding because it takes a lot of planning. But the wedding will be next summer. Next summer,
Kevin, we gonna have to do it. Where it's gonna be at, man? Now, out of just personal preference, I would prefer Florida for us to go hang. Because Ionna's from Florida. I would rather travel to Florida, but if we got to, we'll come up there to North Cackalack and eat some Bojangles chicken for a weekend, man.
No, I think it's looking to be in Tampa.
All right, there it is, man. Well, hey, I'm super proud of you, bro. I know you at a point in your life where, you probably ready to take them steps, man. But I know it's tough to be a professional. I'm pretty sure that tap on your shoulder that you got from Ionna, I'm pretty sure you get that quite a bit, man. So that's shout out to you. Kudos to you. And you found that woman that makes you better. So shout out to you. But hey, John Fields, University of Tennessee. Dog, you got next. Kevin, let's call him out.
All right. So besides Instagram, where can people find you on social media?
They can find me on JFields UT25 on Twitter, and John Fields on Facebook. No Snapchat for me.
All right. So do you have any shout outs you want to give?
Oh man, I want to give a shout out. To Fayetteville. I want to give a shout out to my friend Cedric and Ronald. I want to give a shout out to my homie Tobias Harris, who played for the 76ers, who I went to the University of Tennessee with. He get married coming up in August, so I can't wait to go to his wedding. And I just want to give a shout out to all my fam in New York and in North Carolina, because that's where I split my time between the two.
All right, hey, and shout out to them future babies that him and Ionna gonna make. They gonna be 16. They all going to the they lottery picks. John, you and Ionna gonna make some lottery picks, man.
No doubt.
And I hope so. And I'm hoping for 3 boys like Lamar.
All right, so this is the part of the show where you get a chance to call out the person you think should have next. Tell them, hey, I got a chance to rock with B. Jones and KT. I told them my story, and I want you to do the same. With that said, John, who are you giving your game ball to?
And I'm giving my game ball to my friend George Blakeney. He plays professional basketball overseas, and then he has a nonprofit UCAN foundation that helps a lot of kids get opportunities that they don't have.
Hey, George Blakeney. You said John Blakeney or George Blakeney?
George Blakeney.
George Blakeney, you are on the clock, but John Fields, dog. Man, you are the truth, bro. I'm so excited that we got you on this show. Your story is incredible. We only touched it at a surface level. We can talk for a whole hour on what you got going on and how you've been out there banging and just making things happen in your personal career, elevating yourself year over year. But now you are officially You Got Next alumni. So John Fields, Senator John Fields, you got next. SportsLifeTalk Nation. Hey, check this out. If you ain't moved by a story like this, a love story, a basketball story, I don't know what else is going to move you. But Kevin and I, we are working tireless hours. We are getting you the guests. We are putting in the work. We are performing day in and day out so that we could get your support and that we could give you guys some quality content. So please do the big 4. You say, B. Jones, what is the big 4? Smash subscribe, share this show, like the show, and leave us a comment. Those 4 simple things could help us immensely as we overcome the YouTube algorithm. And check this out. Because you are doing those things, we want to show you appreciation. Kevin and I, we are giving back. Go to our IG page at SportsLifeTalk. Smash that subscribe button there, or the follow button is there as well. Become our family member. Keep up with what's going on. But if you do, tag in 5 friends, which is very simple. Kevin and I gonna send you a free Sports Life Talk t-shirt. That's simple. Just leave your address and your name and the size and the DMs, and we're gonna shoot you over a Sports Life Talk t-shirt. It's just that easy. You can get the creamsicle orange, or you can get the mouth of the South black and white. Whatever you want, whatever colors you want, we're gonna show you some love. And lastly, we are maniacal about engagement. This is only one part of the one show of the Sports Life Talk Network that we do. With Kevin and I, we go live every Wednesday nights on YouTube and Twitter. All you got to do is come check us out. It's a live show with engagement, so you guys can make fun of us, talk with us, boo Kevin, whatever you want to do. All live Wednesday nights at 8:00 p.m. Central Standard Time. So please come hang out with us, because it's more than a sports show. All right, KT. You won again. It's all good though. I don't think John really thought all the way through those answers. But we're gonna let you enjoy and bask and celebrate for one more time. Kevin, I'll let you close us out.
B. Jones, it's not about me this episode. It's about John. This is about Ionna. They're a beautiful couple. They're dope individuals, and thank both of y'all for rocking with us and becoming a part of our family.
Senator John Fields, you got next. Sports Life Talk Nation, we love y'all. Stay safe, be blessed, respect each other, and love one another, because together we are better. And keep dreaming big, ladies and gentlemen, because you never know. Your story may be the next one featured on Sports Life Talks. You got next. Yeet!
See, what's crazy is I knew you had next, because you always working, you always grinding, you're in your bag because you're always working. Like, in due time, I knew you got next.
you did it, huh? Crack the code. You got next, you smashing goals. You want next, you need exposure. Well, Sports Life Talk got the baddest show, like the baddest. Hot in the room, podcast to tune into just for you to talk your shit. Talk your mushroom, you are what you eat and you should consume. Sports Life Talk from the late night to the afternoon, then rest repeat. Hit the like, leave a comment, or subscribe so you don't miss a beat. You got next, it's a small taste of a winning meal from a chef type of celebrity. What's up next is you, at least you better be. Yeah, you got next, yeah. I can feel it, you're a winner just like me. You got next, and what comes next? Tune in next time and you'll see. Cause if you got next, yeah, if you got next, if you got next, then you're just like me. If you got next, if you got next, yeah, if you got next, then you know where to be. I'm talking Sports Life, talking this.